A good film really needs a really bitchin' score. Helped Dustin Mills get funding for a score to his action slash horror hybrid film R.I.P. Rest in Pieces, featuring Twitter Terra herself, Kayla Elizabeth. If Bone Tomahawk and Brawlin saw Block 99's writer and director as Craig Zowler donated to this Kickstarter, you can too. Support Ohio filmmaking.
We're pleased to bring you our feature presentation.
This is me. This is how I win.
I was not expecting a Safdie Brothers movie to be packed like it was The Rise of Skywalker. I bought my tickets and it was practically empty. But I actually applauded the fact that Uncut Gems was packed because it proves that people are clamoring for more original material. Oh, and I took my mom to see this. I was steering her towards Cats full well knowing the Safdie Brothers' style, but she genuinely wanted to see this film. Uncut Gems comes from Josh and Benny Safdie, who directed Good Time, one of my top 3 favorite films of 2017. Because of that film, I went from being lukewarm on Robert Pattinson to becoming one of his biggest fans. Good Time was a ticking time bomb of tension and suspense as you follow a desperate Connie Nikas trying to bail his mentally disabled brother out of prison. So when the trailer for Uncut Gems dropped, I was counting down the days. Uncut Gems is a film set in 2012 in which Howard Ratner, a successful jeweler, is in over his head with gambling debts. Along the way, he is trying to sell a prized uncut set of diamonds that he thinks is worth $1 million to bail himself out, which turns up missing. But he gets himself into way more predicaments along the way. One thing that the Safdie brothers are fantastic at is tension and release. They know how to keep you on the edge of your seat. Hell, I want them to direct a Mission Impossible movie. From the opening frame, you know that you are going to be in for one hell of a ride, as it addresses conflict diamonds in Ethiopia in 2010. They also go with unconventional leads who you wouldn't think would be great in a meaty lead role. With Good Time, it was Robert Pattinson. With Uncut Gems, it's a past his prime Adam Sandler. There are a lot of great, intense moments in this film, specifically a scene that takes place during a school play and the Passover Seder scene. You are even on the edge of your seat when Howard is taking out the trash. That's how intense this film is. A confrontation involving trilogy era on the weekend gets really intense, and it's also well filmed. My god, I want to see a pre-famed weekend show now. Which thanks to Sandler himself. I don't have a raging hatred for him. My No Stars gimmick comes directly from Billy Madison. However, I've always been fascinated with Adam Sandler. This man has made me laugh since I was a child. Punch Drunk Love is one of my top 10 favorite films of all time. This is easily his best performance of the decade, if not top 3. I wished he used his Netflix deal to take on more films like Uncut Gems. Let's be honest. Did you sit through Sandy Wexler the week of or Murder Mystery? Sandler brings a surprising intensity in this performance that I haven't seen from him at all. He is not sleepwalking through this. I hope he continues this path. Just the mere act of Adam Sandler watching a basketball game puts you on the edge of your seat. That's the power of great acting. Kevin Garnett plays a huge part of this film as he wants these gems for himself. It's really hard to play yourself in a film, especially when the plot centers around said celebrity, because if done wrong, it can be insufferable. From what the role calls for, Garnett does a great job playing himself. I kind of want to see him pursue acting. But the standout is Julia Fox, who plays Julia, Howard's mistress and employee. Fox was a former model and artist. She just had an art exhibit recently where she staged her own funeral. This is her feature film debut as an actress, and she hits it out of the park. She is just pure charisma on screen. She is more than just eye candy in this film. Honestly, she should be getting the critical raves in these advertisements. I hope she blows up the same way Margot Robbie did after The Wolf of Wall Street. Adding to this is a never better Idina Menzel. Yes, that's right, Elsa from Frozen, who plays Howard's frustrated wife. This is another instance of I want her to pursue more roles that don't require her to sing, because she is genuinely great in this film. But I really wished I loved Uncut Gems more than I did. So I decided to watch this film again to get a better perspective as to what my issues with the film are. Where Uncut Gems unfortunately fails is pacing. Good Time worked because it had a brisk hour and 40-minute runtime. Uncut Gems takes that same hour and 40-minute premise of Good Time and stretches it thin. It also doesn't help that at times, this feels like Good Time, but with Adam Sandler. Personally, I love Good Time way better. I think the Safdie brothers' next film shouldn't be about a shady person trying to get money to get out of a major predicament. These guys are talented writers and filmmakers. I'd like to try and see them tackle another subject. I still highly recommend checking this out if you get the chance. Hell, it's dropping on Netflix right now. As for my mom's thoughts on Uncut Gems, she hated it. Uncut Gems gets a 4 out of 5. Be sure to like, comment, share, spread the word New Rubs Media. Follow me at all my socials at New Rubs Media. And until then, I'll see you next time.